Carrying a gun isn't just a responsibility, it's a lifestyle.
With great power comes great responsibility.
And when I say lifestyle, I don't mean a trendy Instagram hashtag lifestyle. I mean, it's something you have to be mentally and physically prepared for every single day. I've been carrying a gun for so long that I honestly stopped counting somewhere after year 15. And in that time, I've learned a thing or two. And by learned, I mean, I've had my fair share of embarrassing moments, close calls, and oh, that could have gone really bad realizations.
What the fuck?
So today, I'm gonna share the 7 things you absolutely must do before you leave the house with your gun on your hip. Think of this as the concealed carry version of a pre-flight checklist, except instead of a plane, you're the one responsible for making sure this doesn't crash and burn. The first thing you should do is make sure your ammo works. Let's start with the basics. You wouldn't put diesel in a Ferrari, right? If you would, we need to have a different conversation. Well, the same logic applies to our guns and ammo. Just because the caliber matches doesn't mean the two are going to get along. Over the years, I've seen guns choke on ammo like it was peanut butter stuck to the roof of a dog's mouth. Hollow points can be picky little divas. So here's the deal. When you buy a box of self-defense ammo, don't just load it up and call it a day. Run it through your gun. Yes, I know, self-defense ammo costs more than a small mortgage payment, but your life is worth it. Shoot the entire box. Make sure it cycles, make sure it's accurate, and make sure it doesn't turn your gun into a paperweight. This is one expense where saving a few bucks isn't an option. Number 2, practice mag dumps from concealment. Let's talk about stress shooting for a second. Now, real quick, before you finish watching this video, I want to talk to you about digital optics really quick. You see, let's be real. Most digital optics that claim to do it all either cost a fortune or turn out to be gimmicks. That's exactly what I thought when I first heard about the DNT TNC225, but then I tested it. Heat tracking, low light enhancement, a built-in rangefinder, and a crazy easy single shot zero feature, all for about just over $1,000. This thing actually delivers though. I broke it all down in a full-length video that I did on it already. So if you're looking for an optic that punches way above its price class and also gives you an insane amount of features and capabilities, I'm gonna put a link in the description section so you can check out the video I did on this. And then you can also go ahead and hit the link in that video and get one of these bad boys for yourself, because trust me, this thing punches so high above its weight class that, I don't know, might make the game a little bit more challenging. All the ammo used in this video was brought to you by Noir, maker of the most innovative, most accurate, and most effective bullets and ammunition in the industry. When your adrenaline spikes, your grip changes, your form goes out of the window, and suddenly you're limp wristing your way to a jammed gun. Semi-auto pistols don't do well with shaky hands, and they need a solid platform to work right. Hit the range and mag dump from concealment. Not just to look cool, though that is a bonus, but to see how your gun reacts to fast, high-stress type of shooting. Does your grip accidentally hit the magazine release? Does the gun jam? These are things you need to know before it matters. Remember, it's not about speed. It's about finding out how your gun handles when you're under pressure. The third thing you should do, practice your draw in today's outfit. Now, you might be a draw and shoot legend at the range, but what about when you're wearing your favorite oversized hoodie or that jacket you swore you wouldn't buy but couldn't resist? Every outfit adds a new variable when it comes to getting to your gun. So before you leave the house, take a minute to practice your draw with whatever you're wearing that day. Pull your gun out safely and unload it while wearing whatever you've got on for the day. Make sure your shirt clears easily. Make sure your jacket zipper isn't catching. Do you know how embarrassing it is to get caught fumbling with your clothes in a bad situation? Trust me, it's better to work out those kinks now than when it counts. Number 4, check your red dot. Red dots are like high maintenance relationships. They're amazing when everything's working. But if they're off, even by a little, you could be in trouble. Check your red dot before you head out. Is the glass clean? Is the battery still alive? Are the screws tight? A loose or dead red dot can take you from an operative level cool to oops, I missed the barn door. And here's a pro tip. Use a Sharpie to mark your screws so you can see at a glance if they've shifted. And number 5, lube your gun or check if it can run dry. You see, a dry gun is like toast without butter. Functional, but not enjoyable. Most guns will run without lubrication, but why risk it? Check your gun before you holster it. If it looks dry, add a little lube. I'm not saying turn your gun into a slip and slide. Just a drop or two on the slide will keep things running smooth. And hey, if you want to test your gun's reliability, take it to the range, dry as a bone, and see how it performs. But for everyday carry, don't skip this step. Your gun will thank you, and so will your future self. Number 6, make sure you've got a round in the chamber. Here's an embarrassing story. I've carried a gun without a round in the chamber before, more than once. I know, rookie mistake, but life happens. Maybe you unloaded your gun to clean it, or you got distracted during dry fire practice. Whatever the reason is, it's easy to forget more so than you think. Now, before you leave the house, check your chamber. Press check it, look for the loaded chamber indicator, or do whatever your gun's design allows. If you don't carry with the round in the chamber, just remember, you'll need to rack the slide in a high stress situation. And that's a gamble I wouldn't recommend taking. But if you're gonna do it, practice doing just that. Either way, know the status of your gun before you put it on your hip and walk out that door. 7, check your spare mag, if you carry one. Magazines are like the unsung heroes of the firearm world, and they're also one of the most common failure points. If you carry a spare mag, and you probably should, check it before you leave. Make sure the rounds are seated properly and that there's no lint, dirt, or gum wrapper stuck to it. Yes, I said gum wrapper. You see, if you carry your magazine loose in your pocket, it's bound to pick up some debris. A clean, functional spare mag could be your saving grace in a bad situation. Don't let it be the thing that lets you down. Carrying a gun isn't just about throwing it on your hip and hoping for the best. It's about preparation, discipline, and staying ahead of the curve. Everything I've shared with you today comes from years of experience, both mine and others. The mistakes I've made and the things I've learned, and the moments that made me realize there's always room to be better. So before you step out that door, run through this checklist, because when it comes to concealed carry, it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared. And speaking of preparation, you need to also prepare to protect your hearing when you go out to the range. And protect them with these. My favorite in-ear wireless Bluetooth hearing protection, the AKT1 Blackouts. These things are amazing. They're my best friend. I love them. One of the reasons why I love them so much is because they make using hearing protection so convenient and so fun. I can listen to my music while I'm at the range, zone out, make sure I'm getting my hits, etc., etc. And I can also take a phone call, so I don't really necessarily have to stop my range session if somebody calls me, like my mom, who likes to call me back to back to back to back if I don't pick up the phone. Also, these things have a 25 dB NRR rating to protect the hearing, and if you double up with the over-the-ear versions of the AKT ones, yeah, you got some serious hearing protection going on at that point. So I'm gonna put a link in the description of this video so you can check these out. My favorite wireless in-ear Bluetooth hearing protection, and I'll see you later. One thing's for certain and two things are for sure. Politicians and tech giants don't want gun content to be recommended to you, and we're all fighting this culture war together. Now, you can help do your part by liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel, but most importantly, sharing this video with at least one person. Together, we can stop the suppression of our 2A rights. And don't forget to click the link in the description section of this video for the products that I mentioned in this video.